Hello, hello, and welcome to Oracle Hour. I am so honored to welcome you all here tonight on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We are live every week at this time. For those of you that are watching on Facebook and Instagram, just making sure we are live here in all those places. You can see me, but I cannot see you. So if you want to ask a question, please join us on YouTube at Sabrina Rising. And here we go. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight, I can see that we already have some questions in the chat. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Sabrina Rising. I am an intuitive guide, a spiritual mentor, a psychic medium. I've been facilitating inner work for many, many years, and it's my honor to channel for you. I usually start us off with a spiritual talk. Tonight, we have something special in store for you. I thought it'd be very fun as a community to guide you through a manifestation ritual. So I want to empower you with some tools on how to create the life that you deeply, deeply desire. Okay, so we're going to start off with this manifestation ritual, and then I will jump into the live chat and answer questions and offer on the spot intuitive readings, spirit messages. If you are someone who is desiring a mediumship connection, sometimes your loved ones are here. And if I feel that there's a loved one here for you on your behalf that wants to communicate a message, I will offer that message. But if you are someone who specifically wants that, if this is your deepest desire, is to have a mediumship connection and an interaction with a loved one that has crossed over, then my recommendation would be to sign up for the upcoming Spirit Speaks, which is a 2-hour live mediumship demonstration. It is a class that I teach every few months, and there's one coming up on May 10th. If you registered for the one on April 26th, this has been rescheduled to May 10th. So the link is there, and Lacey is going to put that up. Thank you, Lacey, for us, so that everyone has the link to register. This event is capped at, I think, 8 or 10 people, because everyone is guaranteed a mediumship connection and time to process and dialogue with your loved one that has crossed over. So jump on. I think there's only a couple spots left. So jump on this if this is something that you deeply desire to have. Okay. So again, if you're new here, welcome. Don't be shy. Put your question in the chat. I answer questions on a first come, first serve basis. My dear friend Lacey, who is my moderator, she's in charge of the questions, so she will post them up. If you just want to say hi, if you just want to, let me know that you're here, or if you want to come back and report something that's unfolded for you, something that I've predicted in the past, then feel free to put that in the chat, and Lacey will post your comment in the community so that we can all support each other in our personal development journey and in our desire to manifest a life that we love. Okay, so for tonight, I really felt called to guide us in this deep manifestation ritual. And I want to talk about what manifestation is according to my personal experience. Of course, I know there's so many teachers that teach manifestation. In my humble experience, manifesting is about hi Shiloh, hi everybody. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with all the hellos coming in. Okay, so manifestation is really about embodying the energy and feeling like you're living the experience that you deeply desire to have. Okay, so we never manifest what we want. We always manifest how we feel. Okay, and this is very important, because you might think with your conscious mind that you have a desire for something, but your unconscious mind might tell you that it's not possible, or your lived experience might have an accumulated felt experience that life is difficult for you, or the things that you want are not possible for you, or the things that you deeply desire might be a struggle or hard to get, and so on. Okay, so as human beings, we have thoughts about what we'd like, and then we have feelings about what we'd like, right? And those feelings are what I want you to pay attention to, because it's the feelings that do the manifesting. All right. So this is so important. The other thing that I really want to address as well is clarity of intention. Okay. So it's one thing to want something, right? But really deciding for yourself if you have the intention to call that into your life. So getting clear on what it is that you want, like really being honest with yourself about what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to call in. Okay. So the clarity of intention is really going to set the trajectory for your energetic field to clear up, to open up, and for you to step into the lived experience. What does it feel like to have this in my life. Okay. So many of us say we want things, but do we really, right? Do we really want that? Is it just wishful thinking, or is it something that I deeply desire, that lights me up, that feels like a full body yes, that is something that I would love to see made manifest right here and right now? Okay, so for the first part of this ritual, I want you to take out a piece of paper and pen. For those of you watching at home, and even if you're watching the replay, take out a piece of paper and pen and just get very clear on what it is that you intend for your life, not what you wish the universe is going to give you. Okay, this is not like writing a letter to Santa. Okay, it's not like we're hopeful and wishing for something that may or may never happen. We're actually intending for something to occur. We're intending to step into the energy of what it feels like to be the person who has this lived experience. Okay, so take a few moments and write down what your intention is. My intention is, for example, to manifest a loving partnership. Right. Or my intention is to manifest a secure income, or my intention is to, be somebody who has, who enjoys perfect health. Whatever your intention is, look at any area of your life where you feel disempowered, where you'd love to see a change, where you'd love to bring in something that you can fully embody and step into. And notice as you write the intention, if there's any feelings of doubt, or any thoughts of like, oh, I don't know if I can really have this, or I don't know if this is really going to be possible for me, or this might take a long time, or, this has never worked for me before. Look at all those thoughts, okay, that are coming in as you're writing out your intentions, and really get clear, okay, on, okay, I'm writing this intention regardless of my thoughts about it. Okay, because the thinking process will always talk you out of what you want. That's why we don't rely on our minds as an effective guide for intuitive living, and we don't rely on our minds for the power of manifestation. We rely on our embodied experience. Our feelings is what does the manifesting, as I mentioned earlier. So write your intentions out. It can be anything. It can be very simple. It can be, my intention is to live peacefully, right? Is to have inner peace, or to have peace in all of my relationships, whatever your intention is. So get very clear on what that is. Okay. Now, second, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Okay. This is very easy. Anybody can do this. Just getting clear on your intention and then closing your eyes, and put a hand on your heart and the other palm up to receive. And take some deep, deep, deep belly breaths. Breathing into the diaphragm. Exhale. Let the belly drop naturally. You can exhale through the mouth just to release any energy, any feelings of doubt or concern as you settle into the moment, and just trust the process. Just give yourself permission in these few minutes together here as a collective. And if everybody is doing this together as a community, it really amplifies the energy. Okay. So I will speak an intention out loud on behalf of all of us as you all settle into the stillness of your felt experience. I ask on behalf of this community that all of our intentions be heard and felt and made manifest with grace and ease, that all of our deepest desires be accessible, that they be fully received right here, right now, with open hearts and open minds. We ask for any intuitive guides or spirit messages to present themselves as well, as I may channel them as I step into the channeling portion of our broadcast. Feel into any messages that may be coming through for you as you're listening. And I want you to take a few minutes now and just really visualize yourself having what it is that you've intended for your life, whether that's perfect health or loving partnership or security in your finances or whatever experience it is that you're deeply longing for. Visualize yourself having this in your life, living this reality. Give yourself permission to see it and to feel it. And in this moment, you can speak your intention quietly to yourself or out loud, whatever feels more supportive for your practice. My intention is for everyone in this community to have all of their needs met, to manifest their deepest desires. for the manifestation process to be easy and flowful and graceful. And so it is. So feel into this energy, feel into your body. Take some big belly breaths and let it anchor into your being. Feel the joy, feel the ease, the relief, the reassurance, the safety. It's the emotions that we're cultivating in this exercise. And as you feel into these feelings, let them settle in and just tell yourself, this is my new reality. I receive it now. Beautiful. Take another big belly breath here just to ground this beautiful energy that we've created as a collective. I can feel the power of it as we're all manifesting together. Notice if there's any lingering feelings of doubt or fear or disbelief, and just observe those and stay anchored in the truth of the moment. I am powerful. I am worthy. I am capable. I am the creator of my reality. You are at the source of whatever it is that you long for. It doesn't live outside of you. It's already inside of you. And all we're doing in this process is allowing for abundance to express itself through us, allowing for the flow of manifestation to express itself through us. I am worthy and I receive. And so it is. Beautiful. Take another big belly breath. Wonderful. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to me. Thank you for everybody who participated in this beautiful manifestation ritual. I feel very calm and zen after this. I hope you do as well. And wow, good. Hello, everyone. Hello, Joe Daisy. Hello, Rhonda. Hi, Debbie. Hi. Oh, I'm so glad you got here. Hi, Miss McKaya. Hi, Shiloh. It's good to see you. Hi, Lacey. Thank you for saying hi to everybody. Hi, Donna Marie. Jolie is here tonight. Wow, we have a full crowd. So let's jump in, Lacey. Let's ask. Let's take the first question so we can start answering and offering live intuitive readings on the spot. Thank you, everybody who participated in the manifestation ritual. Come back in the coming weeks and let me know how that's unfolding for you. All right, let's go. Hi, Joe Daisy. Joe Daisy says, hello, Sabrina. I'm so happy to be here tonight. I'm so happy you're here. May I ask if you might be able to channel in the names of my guides or spirit team, or perhaps one of their names, please? Okay. I love this question. Let me see what I can channel for you on your behalf. And I want you, as I'm doing this, Joe Daisy, I want you to really sit and open your heart and listen intently and feel into the energy as I link in with you. Okay. So you can do this too, and we can sort of verify whatever it is that you're feeling through what I'm channeling as well. So just be open to receiving the names of your spirit team or spirit guide. For some reason, I feel the name Horus, and I know this is not a common name, but it could be a mythical name. It could be a name that lives in some sort of ancient mythology or something. So I want you to look up the name Horus. It's something starts with an Horace. I want you to look up that name because this is the first thing that comes through as soon as I close my eyes and tune into your specific spirit guides. It can be something from a past life as well. And I want to say too that there's I feel the presence of a female energy here as well, which feels more like an ancestor. So someone that you're actually biologically connected to. I wonder if you might be named after this woman, if there's a grandmother in the spirit realm that you're named after, or that it feels like there's a strong link from this ancestor who acts like a spirit guide in your life, and she's with you. Um, yeah, it could be your mother's mother. And so this person is for some reason also connected to the name Daisy. And so I want you to just feel into that and see what resonates for you. I'm interested in the Horus because I think that that has something to do with Norse mythology, or it feels like Eastern European, Northern European, Scandinavian roots. So I want you to look into that because there's something around that mythology that is feels, yeah, it feels connected to you, like from a past life experience, or um, yeah, something that you need to revisit in this lifetime so that you can lean into and sort of, learn about that culture and learn about that mythology and allow it to guide you in your life. I want to say too that there's some practices around that that could be very important for you as you're developing your own intuition and developing your own ability to receive these type of messages. And your grandmother in spirit as well is also like, yeah, something, she's connected to the name Daisy somehow, and I feel like there she's like it's almost like she's putting together a flower arrangement or something like that. There's something about the flowers as well with this grandmother presence that's guiding you, and she, when I tune into your specific energy, it feels like there is a lot. A longing for this connection, like there's some memories with this grandmother, or there's memories with this ancestor from when you're like a little girl. And so her message is to like sort of reminding you that she is in your life and that she's present with you and that she's helping you make some better choices, some choices that involve that involve your feminine expression. So something to do with career, something to do with the way that you express yourself professionally, bringing in more feminine energy into that creative expression. And so she's sort of guiding you in that area. She's guiding you to honor the feminine energy within, and that's something that I feel like you've been working on. So that's what I feel for you. I would love for you to verify that if you can, or perhaps if you're still here, or otherwise you can come back next week and let me know if that felt accurate for you. So those are things I want you to look into. Okay. Thank you for joining us, too, Daisy. It's good to see you. Beautiful. Hi, I am Jules, 33. Hello. I am Jules says, hi, Sabrina. I've experienced abandonment and feeling like I'm not enough and not valuing myself. I end up overdoing for others to be loved, liked, wanted. Please help. Thank you. Okay. I love this question, this request. Okay. So when we experience abandonment in early childhood, or at any point in the timeline of our lives, when we experience abandonment, we tend to overcompensate in our relationships to secure the love, right? And so we become anxious in our attachment style, and we want to secure our position in our loved ones' lives. And so we tend to overextend or overgive, and you feel like you're not enough because you've had the experience of being abandoned. And so this creates a limiting belief, and the belief also has feelings that are associated with it. So as I mentioned earlier, and during the manifestation ritual, your feelings are doing the manifesting. So your job is to come out of the belief that you're a person who's not worthy of sticking around for, or not worthy of being loved, or not important, or someone who is abandoned, right? You have this belief that you are that you will be abandoned, whether it's conscious or deeply unconscious as well. And so this is creating the evidence that this is true, right? So, the antidote to this is, of course, going into those feelings of abandonment and learning to fill your own cup, and learning to, bring yourself, embody this feeling of worthiness and feeling whole and complete and worthy of love. And you can do that by reprogramming your subconscious mind. As this is something I talk about regularly. You can write some affirmations down, record them, and then listen to them at night before you go to sleep. Usually when we're in theta wave brain state, that's the ideal state to be in. It can be likened to a state of hypnosis, so we can reprogram our unconscious mind and start to believe, like, I am someone who is worth loving. I'm worthy of love. The people in my life stay. The people that are, connected to me care about me. They're engaged in helping me get my needs met, right? So some powerful affirmations for you there, so that you can train your brain to believe that you are, that you are worthy of love, and that you are the source of the love that you seek in your life, which is the most empowering affirmation I can offer you. You are the source of love. And so from that perspective, you cannot be abandoned. Right. And so now I want you to look at some of the ways in which you might abandon yourself. Right. And you abandon, when we're a person who has experienced abandonment, we abandon ourselves in our relationships. Like you said, you end up overdoing for others, overextended. Oh, you give into people pleasing and so on. You abandon your own needs just to secure the love in these relationships. So the second part of this is really starting to establish healthy boundaries. Right. So as you learn to fill your own cup and learn to love yourself and honor your own need for love and connection within yourself, seeing yourself as someone who's worthy of love and support and connection, then you start to evaluate your relationships, the relationships where you feel like you're overextending, overgiving, overdoing. Those are the ones that you need to start setting boundaries in. And it can be very challenging at first to learn how to say no, to set that boundary, to let people down. This might bring up some anxiety and some fear in you. It's okay to do that, because we want to be ourselves in relationship, and you want to learn how to trust that the people that are in your life because of who you are, and not just what you do for them or the way that you overextend yourself, right? So it's very important to heal this abandonment wound by learning to fill your own cup, and learning to believe that you're worthy of love and connection, as I mentioned, through doing the subconscious programming and the breath work and the meditating and the inner work that's required to heal this wound, childhood wound, and then starting to, bring that into action by establishing boundaries in your everyday relationships, so that people can really learn who you are, right? That you're training them how to love you, how to be in your life by saying no, by setting proper boundaries, and by, claiming your power in these relationships. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, and this is true for everybody, whatever relationship you're overextending yourself in, you don't really trust that love anyways, because you're overgiving and overdoing in these relationships. Okay. So we want to withdraw the tendency to do that and just learn how to be ourselves and be natural and be our authentic expression of who we are, give to our maximum capacity, say no when it feels like extending. And then from there, you'll be able to really gauge who is a genuine connection in your life, what relationships are authentic and are based in true love and reciprocity. Okay. So that's my message for you, Jules. And I hope that's helpful for you and for everybody watching. Okay. Tonight is really about calling in what we deeply, deeply desire. And we have, Joe Daisy, who started us off with guides and spirit guides, always reminding us that we are, surrounded by love and support, that we are loved by, the people in our world, not just the people in our physical realm, but also in the spirit realm. And this is a beautiful request to learn how to heal our abandonment wound, so that we can establish healthy relationships and have our needs met. Okay. So thank you for bringing that into the conversation, Jules. Go ahead, Lacey. We'll take the next question. Hi, View. Okay. View says, hi, Sabrina. I haven't been here in a few weeks, still no job, and I'm depressed and anxious. I see. So I'm sending you so much love and empathy, and I hope that you were here for the first portion of the broadcast where I was guiding you through the manifestation ritual. And please go back and rewatch those first 10 minutes so that you can do this exercise on a regular basis. View says, my money has run out. I'm scared. Thank you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you too, View, and I'm grateful that you come here sort of week after week and get support from our community so that we can empower you to really visualize how you want to feel in your everyday life. Being scared and anxious. Oh, yes, I was. Thank you. Okay, good. Beautiful. So now I want you to rewatch that portion, because we got to move out of feelings of scarcity. We have to move out of feelings of being anxious. We have to move out of those emotions that keep you stuck. Okay. As much as it might seem like an impossible hurdle right now, because you have the evidence, right? The evidence is here that there's no job and no money. And what I'm asking you to do is to visualize yourself having the security, having your financial needs met, having the opportunities flow in. And that can feel like you're having to lie to yourself, or it's counterintuitive, right? But it's actually not. What we're doing is we're reestablishing the belief so that we can bring in new evidence. And the circumstances of your life are always created based on the evidence, based on the beliefs that you have. So belief is first and evidence comes second. Okay. So, and this is the spiritual practice that you can engage in to bring in, because your biggest fear of you is that you're going to be out on the street by yourself, right? Like homeless and with no help and no possibility. And so the more you stay in this energy, the more you're calling that in. Okay. And I say this not to alarm you, but I say this to this is a call to action. It's a call to personal responsibility, to saying, okay, how am I going to change my energy so that I can change my circumstances? Okay. Psychically, as I mentioned before, I feel like there is a job coming soon. There is an opportunity. And again, it feels like a local opportunity. So somewhere in your neighborhood, either someone that you know or someone that you're a friend of a friend, it's important for you to talk to people and ask for, if anyone knows of an opportunity or a position, like you're really being called to taking personal responsibility and really, making use of the resources that you have available to you. Okay. I know that there's not a lot of family around you, but there are some friends. I have been trying to stay positive and listening to positive subliminals. Good, beautiful. This is wonderful, wonderful work. Make sure you're doing the deep diaphragmatic breathing as well. So you want to integrate the practices that you're doing and really breathing into your belly as you're meditating, as you're listening. I feel like there's like a woman, there's a man and a woman in your environment that can be a friend or friend of a friend, that is going to have some kind of opportunity for you. So it's a matter of like leaning into your community, asking some friends or some people in your network or some people. And again, it feels like it's local in your neighborhood, and just leaning into them and asking for, telling them your situation and seeing if there's anything available. Okay. So it feels like there's almost like a job that you take that's kind of temporary. It's not the long-term job that you're going to be in, but it's kind of like temporary between now and when the other thing sort of kicks in. And so there is something that you can do in the interim, feels like. Okay. So I want you to take advantage of that and make those phone calls and ask for help. Okay. You're really being called to advocate for yourself, and then come back and let me know how that unfolds for you. Okay. And you can also leave a comment on any of the videos, because I always watch the comments as well, and let me know how we can continue to support you in your manifestation process. Okay. So your message for you tonight is very clear. It's about leaning into your community, and there's resources there that you're not fully tapping into. I have been asking everyone and reaching out to anyone and everyone applying to all jobs. Okay, beautiful. So I want you to keep doing that. Keep doing that, because this is going to materialize. Okay. I want you to give it another week or two and just let it materialize and step out of anxiety, step out of feeling scared, and just trusting that you're being supported, you're being guided, and that help is on the way. Okay. And that's my message for you tonight. All right. Don't give up, and stay in the process of manifesting, and stay in the process, like at the ritual that I guided us in the first 10 minutes of our broadcast tonight. All right. Thank you for stopping by. Good. I am Jules says, yes, very helpful. Thank you very much. I will go back and listen to this again. Beautiful. I love that, Jules. Awesome. Hi to Daisy. I lost my connection and missed a good bit. We'll be replaying. Okay, good. Welcome back. Good. Replay. I think the name I channeled for you was Horus, Horace. So check that out. It's a Norse god, Norse mythology, something about the northern Scandinavian part of Europe. That's important for you. And then your grandmother was something that I have felt was here present as well. But go back and listen to it, and then come back and let me know if that resonated and if you have any questions about it. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Who's next? View says, okay, thank you. Beautiful. You're welcome, View. Thank you for being here. Blessings to you as well. Blessings to you as well. Hi, BJ. Okay, BJ says, hello, Sabrina. I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well with you as well. I'm wondering if you see our family get together going well. Will my youngest son be able to make it to the wedding? Um, okay, I don't know which wedding we're talking about, but I'm going to channel just a general message for you. Mm. I mean, I get a yes. I get an absolute yes to the this. I see this. It's like an outdoor gathering, um, garden situation. It can. I don't know if the wedding is actually in a garden, but it looks like there's a garden. There's a gathering in a garden, and it feels like it's almost like a last minute thing where you're not sure up until the very last minute, but then eventually your son will make it to the event, and it feels like there's an opportunity to reconnect as well. So there's some healing that happens in this event for your family, and I think that yeah, it's like this is something that you've been deeply desiring. So if you go back and listen to the beginning of the broadcast in the first 10 minutes I did a manifestation ritual, I really want you to set the intention for the healing in your family, for this family reunion that seems to be the deeper intention even underneath the wedding. So really feeling into that and seeing people getting along, and it being easeful and peaceful and harmonious, and visualizing that, because I do see that it's almost seems like it's, you're not sure up until the last minute, and then eventually your youngest son gives you the good news and is able to attend, and it feels very supportive. So I hope that's helpful. It sounds like a beautiful celebration. It's in South Carolina. He's in the military and was looking like a no. Sabrina, I thank you for sharing a wonderful gift with the world. Oh, beautiful. Okay, good. Um, um, yeah, so it like I said, it feels like it's a last minute thing, like it's kind of a no, but then he shows up in the end. So and again, I see this beautiful outdoor gathering, garden gathering. So, it's my pleasure to channel this for you. This is really good news. I feel like he's going to be able to make it. And um yeah, there's something that changes last minute. There's like an opportunity for him to obtain relief, and he's able to be there. So let me know how that unfolds, and congratulations on the wedding. Blessings to you, and the love that you're celebrating, for you and your whole family. Good. All right. Who's next? Hi, Jennifer. Nice to see you. Jennifer says, hello, Sabrina. I just want to check in with my guys to see if all is going as needed. I did have the talk with the roommate. He was crying when I finished. I also wrote down what I disliked. Beautiful. This is great work that you're doing, Jennifer. It's very, very powerful work. Let me see what else is required for you to get out of this property, because we're almost at the end of April, right? And it feels like the time is now. And I actually have a vision of you sort of packing up boxes and getting ready to move. So this is sort of imminent. Um, so guys are saying, I want you to start packing, to start the packing process, start getting ready to move out, getting ready to exit this place that you're in. Again, embodying the energy of as if it's already done, it's already right here, right now, and available to you. So really, kind of embodying that energy of like, this is complete. Okay. Um, I feel like you've done the work that you needed to do with the roommate. And so, this person, this male energy, it feels like there's been a deep untangling of your dynamic. So that feels complete. And there's a couple things that I feel like you maybe need to get rid of, that you can't take with you where you're going. I think you already know what those are. They seem like some things that just can't come with you where you're going. And so I want you to spend this time, this is the new moon in Taurus. So this is all about like the material, like what we want to feel, what we want to experience, what we're calling in, and, your environment and so on. So I want you to really focus on sort of clearing out everything that you don't want to take with you and starting this process. Most of the stuff, Jennifer says, most of the stuff in the house has been packed since November. Oh, okay, beautiful. I love that. Okay, so there's a couple of more things that I think you need to get rid of, or just be prepared to like go. Like just be prepared to go is what I'm hearing. And you're on track with what you're creating. you know. The other thing I want to say too is wherever you're moving to feels like there might be some kind of work opportunity around that area. So um, I want you to research the area that you're going to, and start looking at creating your life there. This is going to help the visualization process, going to accelerate the manifestation process of you exiting this place. And so really looking at, okay, where am I going to go for my coffee? Where am I going to go for my groceries? Where am I going to go for my, that kind of thing is really going to help move things along, right? Because now it's like you're already living there. Okay. So I want you to start planning your life around this new location as you're completing this chapter. Okay. And so, I think that this is complete for you. This phase is complete for you. And it feels like we're still on track for the end of April-ish. So come back and let me know how that unfolds for you. Okay. Jennifer says, I have a friend trying to get me a job at the prison down the street from the house I'm looking at as a counselor. Okay, good. Yeah, beautiful. So the job is what I'm feeling, the job around the place of where you're going to. And it's a yes to this opportunity. Like it's a hands down, absolutely yes to this opportunity. It's going to be, you're really going to need to protect your energy as you go into this role. Okay. So this is something that, I know that you're very powerful manifester. So I want you to really focus on, making sure that, you're not taking on anything that doesn't belong to you, that you're just there to serve, and you're there to really be a contribution. And as you, when you say that in your interview process, that's going to be helpful as well. So you're there to contribute to the environment, you're there to serve, and to help make that place better, to help make the experience of the people there better. And that's really going to facilitate this next move for you. Okay. So yes, on the job opportunity, and just being just a gentle reminder to make sure that you manage your energy properly as you're going into this place. Okay. So good. I'm excited for you, Jennifer. Come back and let me know how that unfolds. Good. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Who's next? Hi, Shiloh. Hi, Sabrina. Is there a connection for me tonight or any messages from guides? Oh, I love your picture, Shiloh. You look beautiful. You're so welcome, Jennifer. I'm going to channel for you in one moment. I'm just going to take a sip of water because I talk a lot. Okay. So there is a male energy here, male presence here. And yeah, I actually think this might be your son. And it might be a connection to, like, you're rearranging your home living environment, like just kind of all the moves you're making in your life. And it feels like an opportunity to sort of, yeah, it's kind of like making things right. And I know that this is sort of a theme in your life right now. So just making things right, in your relationships, especially your family relationships. I think that this son is coming around. For some reason, there's also the presence of a dog. So I don't know if this son had a dog or if this is your dog, but there's a presence of this sort of unconditionally loving pet as well, that is, yeah, it could be a dog that you shared, or a dog that was maybe, significant in this relationship with your son. And it feels like um, there's something that your son wants you to forgive yourself for. Yes, he has a yellow lab. Oh, okay, good. Beautiful. So, and it's perfect. The labs are just, wonderful dogs, and, just like angels with fur as far as I'm concerned. So think about the unconditional love that is coming through in this connection. Okay. This is what that symbolizes, is the unconditional love that is required for you to have for yourself and for your son in order to heal this relationship. And that's the message that's coming through for you tonight, is to just really embodying that unconditional love for yourself, forgiving yourself for whatever it is that you are feel have some lingering guilt about when it comes to your son, when it comes to that relationship, anything, any misunderstandings or missayings, or it feels like there's a lot of miscommunication as well, that's happened in the past. So just really letting that go and being willing to step into the field of unconditional love with this person, with this energy, so that you can heal. And again, you don't need his. The other thing I'm feeling too is that you don't really need his participation for this. You don't need his participation in creating this healing process. His higher self, um Shiloh says, yes, will he come soon? um yeah, his higher self is already with you. So sometimes the gap between the higher self and the physical 3D self is can be, it can take some time for it to get to the physical expression of this, of his spirit. But his higher self is already with you, and the dog is kind of leading the way. It's interesting, like the dog is sort of encouraging this connection. And he might even bring the dog. So there is a visit. I've been waiting for him for years to come my way. Yeah. So it feels like it's happening this year. There is a healing in the relationship with your son, and it will. I want you to focus on talking to his higher self. So when you're doing your daily practice, daily meditation practice, and this goes for you and for anybody watching, if you want to reconcile with someone in your life, if you want to heal that connection, and for whatever reason you can't call that person, you can't talk to that person, or it's too difficult, or there's too much conflict, or that person does not have the presence of mind to be able to receive you, or even the willingness, whatever the circumstances are that's preventing the physical connection, 3D connection, we can always communicate with that person's higher self. So you can sort of visualize this individual and ask their higher self to hear you, to receive your message, to communicate, to have a whole dialogue with this person's higher self, so that you can call him in. I feel him when I meditate. Yeah, I see that. And that's part of the reason why he's so present, right? Because you've been meditating on him. So and again, so I want you to focus on meditating and talking to his higher self, and inviting him to come and visit you, and saying, I would love a visit. I would love to spend some time with you. I would love to sit with you. I would love for us to just, start fresh. And I think that that is the biggest thing that you need to focus on. And so the unconditional love is what's going to set the stage for this connection, right? Is just, kind of not bringing up the past and not bringing up the pain, and just being willing to reconnect in that place of unconditional love. And then as you reconnect, you can, revisit some of those, some of those conversations, so you can go deeper into healing, but not for now. For now, I just want you to focus on communicating with his higher self and letting him know that it's safe to come and see you. Okay. And that's really, really important. Let me see. Shiloh says, I want a job before he gets here so that I can have food for him. Okay. Let me see, Shiloh. Job. Hmm. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like this period of time where you're not working is not going to be much longer. I have so much left. Okay, good, beautiful. Um, so I feel like this period of time between now and when you get this job is not going to be much longer. There is something around. I want you to what I visualize, and I want you to tell me if this is something that you've seen or have seen in your job search process. Is it looks kind of like, almost looks like a little flame, like a little torch type of thing that someone's holding, and I don't know if that looks like it's on a logo or a business card. Um, but this is the organization. Charles says, I have 2 interviews this week elsewhere. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So there is one job that's still pending, and that's still a possibility. And you've already had the interview there, and that feels like it's still open, even though there's some restructuring of staff happening. It's still open. But there's this other opportunity where I believe it's the new opportunity. Okay, good. This torch symbol that I see. So that feels like it's opening up for you as well. So I want you, the torch. The torch is the law firm. Okay, beautiful. So this is what I'm seeing. This is what's opened up, and this is new, right? So I don't think I've channeled this before for you. So I think that this is where you're gonna go and where you're gonna end up, and it looks like HR type of customer service, like um and there might be some assistant work as well. Okay, so that type of thing, where you might be doing multiple things in this role. Okay, and that's going to work out really, really well for you. All right, so I want you to stay open, do the manifestation process, especially this week. Um, yes, I feel like this is where I'll be. Okay, beautiful, good. So see how your energy feels positive and open and excited about this new opportunity that's just opened up, right? So this is where you want to stay as things are unfolding. Okay. So you want to stay in this energy. You want to stay, yes, HR law system. Okay. Beautiful. So this is exactly what I'm feeling for you. So, you know, I want you to practice feeling as if it's already done. As I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, our feelings do the manifesting. Okay. So we never manifest what we want. We always manifest how we feel. So pay attention to your emotions when you're thinking about working, when you're thinking about having, when you're thinking about feeling provided for, feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling stable, feeling like you have, everything that you want to have in place in order to welcome your son in. What does it feel like to be reconnected with him? Like, just be in that place of joy and love and expansion. Okay. And just trust that this is what's unfolding for you. Okay. Shiloh, I'm very excited for you. So let me come back and let me know how this unfolds for you in the coming weeks. Okay. Very good. Very good. Shiloh says, I'm super excited about this opportunity. I see myself there. It feels so right. And the other one does not. Okay. Beautiful. You get to decide, I mean, I can predict what's coming, but you have free will. And this is true for anybody, you know, a psychic or a channel or a medium, can predict the energy that's current based on your current trajectory, based on your current choices, and based on, everything leading up to this moment. But you have free will. You have the free will to change your beliefs, to change your behavior, to change your thinking patterns, to change the actions that you take, so that you can shift your trajectory and create a new outcome. And it's really up to you to take responsibility. So the future is not predetermined. It's just what I'm channeling is the possibilities and what I see most likely for you. And now it's up to you to take your free will and decide what you're going to do with this information, with these messages, with your guides, support, and the information that comes through. So stay in the manifestation process and really feel into the joy that you're experiencing as you think about this job and you feel excited about it and you feel like this is the right environment for you. It's going to be really, really great, and I feel like it's a lifestyle upgrade too. So it's an upgrade from the job that you're in. It's a nicer environment. It's a nicer office. It's all the things that you've been really focusing on. Okay. So good for you, Shiloh, and let me know how that unfolds. Okay. Shiloh says, thank you so much for your confirmation on the law firm, also for sharing your beautiful gifts. It's my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So much love to you, Shiloh. All right. Who is next? Hi, Debbie. Debbie says, love to ask you how to proceed at this time. Okay, Debbie. That's a very general question. So, just for in general, the more specific you get, the more information I can offer. Also, if you're asking a question, to make sure that you stay on so you can verify the information that comes through, because that also helps the channeling process as well. Okay. So, Debbie Brown, let me see what I can channel for you. Okay, so I'm feeling conflict in your life. Okay, so I want you to pause. The first thing I feel is pause before acting. This is a period of evaluation. Okay, so I don't want you to take any actions or move forward on any impulsive emotions that you might be experiencing. Okay, it feels like there's some conflict in some of your relationships, one in particular, and I want you to, sort of take a step back and recognize your part in these interactions. Recognize, how did I co-create this? What am I responsible for? How can I um, how can I shift the energy within me in order to observe, in order to see a different outcome? Okay, so you're being called to see things in a different way, to shift your perception of what's happening in this interaction. Okay, and so that's very important for you, Debbie. Okay, I want, like, right now, it's like, when in doubt, do nothing, right? You know that saying. So in this moment, I want you to do nothing, and I just want you to focus on how to come into harmony with yourself so that you can have harmony in your relationships in this one particular area of conflict. It doesn't feel like it's a close relationship. It feels like it could be extended family or even someone that lives outside of your residence. Okay, it can't even be. Yeah, it feels like a little bit further removed. Okay, which is a good thing, because it takes it, it sort of gives you the space and the time to really look at it from a different perspective and ask yourself, okay, how am I contributing to this? How can I take responsibility for something here? How can I change the way I feel in this current situation so that I can come at this from a different perspective? Okay. And so that's what my advice for you is: there's no proceeding other than, don't say the thing or do the thing. Don't take the rash action or the impulsive action. I want you to pause and reflect on how you want to feel in this situation, what you want to experience, and then take those steps. Okay. So, and that feels like it might take a couple of weeks to even just, I want you to go back and listen to this and just process what I'm saying and really feel your feelings. Okay. I want you to, making sure that you're honoring your feelings, everything is being triggered for you in this interaction, and then move forward after you've had a chance to give yourself love and empathy, and recognizing what your needs are. Then you can move forward and sort of have a more harmonious, peaceful dialogue, and advocate for your needs in a responsible manner. Okay, so that's what I feel for you. And let me know if this resonates. Again, anyone who has questions, who wants to interact, who would love some channeling, I'm happy to channel on your behalf. And if you can verify the information, that always helps the conversation flow more smoothly and helps the messages be more accurate for you. Okay. And it's also beneficial to our community as well. Okay. Who is next? Oh, greetings from Canada. Hi, Canada. Mwah. Thank you for being here. I love that you're here. Thank you so much. I think we have a few Canadians in our community that show up week after week. Beautiful. Any other questions that we have for tonight? Don't be shy. If you have a question, put it in the live chat. Rhonda Baldwin says, hi, Sabrina. Is my forever love here? Oh, I love this question. Hi, Rhonda. It's good to see you. I feel a lot of positivity around this question. Whether or not it's forever is going to be up to you. I feel like there is the presence of this male, which I think I channeled before. And I feel like he's coming closer. This is something that you've been sort of manifesting for some time. And as he moves in closer, I feel like you have, I don't want to say the upper hand, but it's kind of the ball is in your court, is what I want to say. So, like, feels like you get to determine how this is going to unfold. Okay. So whether or not it's forever is going to be up to you. I feel like this is a very gentle soul, very loving, very respectful. He's kind of like, kind of in awe of you, which I really love this for you. And so, I like how it feels like you're sort of letting this kind of unfold gradually in baby steps, so you're not jumping in, which is very, very good. So keep up that pace and just trust how it feels in your body. Take it one date at a time, type of thing, and just trust how it feels in your body. I like this energy for you. I feel like this is a trustworthy person, a safe person, and really someone that you can enjoy companionship with. That's the word I'm feeling, like really true companionship. Seems like you have similar values. So he either cares about the same cause as you, or you're joined in some kind of some kind of I don't know if this is someone you volunteer with or something like that. Rhonda says, yes, Sabrina, this is on the spot. I love this. I love his energy. Okay, beautiful. Awesome. I love this for you, Rhonda. I'm so happy for you. So I want you to really focus on, just taking it slow. Take it slow and just allow this relationship to unfold as beautifully as it is. Really trust that this is what you've been calling in. Again, it seems like you share something, like you either like the same music or you share the same causes or something like that. So you share a value system. So, again, I feel a lot of positive energy here, and just continue to honor yourself. And like I said, take it slow and allow this person into your life, and keep doing the inner work to trust love, to invite in love. Rhonda says, we are very much alike. We share the same values, and I'm staying open and taking it slow. Okay, beautiful. I love this. Thank you for confirming. And yeah, this is wonderful. It's wonderful. And again, if you want this to be forever, it'll be up to you. Okay, so this is, like he's kind of letting you determine the pace, which I really love. I really love that for you, because you're the one who needs to take it slow because of your past and because of what's happened in your previous relationships. I feel like he's going to earn your trust. So let him do that. He has a 501c3 and I volunteer. Oh, okay, beautiful. So this is what I'm seeing. Amazing. So he knows you need to determine the pace, and he's willing to allow that. So this is really good for you. Okay. I love this for you. Let me know how this unfolds. I'm so excited for you, Rhonda. Okay, good. Hi, everybody. Okay, well, let's say we take one more question, Lacey. Okay. Karen. Hi, Karen. Karen says, I've had so many deaths in such a short time. How can I be really happy again? Oh, Karen, first of all, I'm sending you so much love and so much support. I know you're getting support and empathy from the community as well. When we lose people that we love, especially in a concentrated period of time, it can be very unsettling, and the grief can be so much to bear. So I'm sending you so much love and empathy, and just energy so that you feel supported and connected in your process of grieving. Okay. And so it's important to, first of all, when we lose people, and as a medium, I can attest to this, that the love might be gone in 3D reality, but you're still connected to it in terms of everlasting love. So Karen, if you're inclined, I would recommend coming to the mediumship class on May 10th, so that we can connect you with your loved ones, and that you can have some dialogue with them, and you can feel like you're supported even when they're in the spirit realm. Karen says, no one understands. I understand. I mean, I lost my father when I was very young, and I've lost people in my life. And I think everyone in this community here has lost somebody in their lives. And so, I think it's important to recognize that you're not alone. Right. It's important to recognize that the grief that you're experiencing, it can be processed with gentleness, with compassion, and self-empathy. And as you learn to process that grief, you allow yourself to love again. You allow your heart to open up again. Okay. And to believe that it's possible to love again. So it's very important when you're stuck in grief to do some inner work so that you can really, really heal. Husband, mother, grandbaby in 18 months. My goodness, I can't even imagine the pain of that. Donna Marie says, you're not alone, Karen. You're really not. We're all here with you. And the pain of losing all of those immediate family members in a short time is, I am sure, incredibly overwhelming. And so, I want you to stay grounded in the support of this community, and just trust that you are loved and that you can connect with them. Again, I encourage you to register for the mediumship class, so that it's a Zoom environment, so that we can interact, and I can help you process some of these we can talk to each other, and I can help you process some of the grief that you're experiencing, and connect you to your loved ones. Okay. And I can feel the shock in your system. And I know it's hard to get up and move around and do things and feel motivated and feel like you can even create a life that is worth, feeling excited about. And I can feel the heaviness of that. And I just, for now, Spirit is guiding you to just kind of be where you are, and be in your emotional experience. Okay. So I recommend some deep diaphragmatic breathing, hand on your heart. Start doing this every morning for about 20 minutes a day, just breathing in and out of your diaphragm, and giving yourself permission, because it's impossible to process all of the grief at once. Right. So you want to give yourself permission to process the grief in small increments. Okay, so every day, give yourself time to sort of sit and be with your feelings and process your emotions, mindfully, with compassion and non-judgment, and letting those feelings roll in. The deep diaphragmatic breathing is really going to help unearth a lot of this grief. Give yourself permission to cry and to really feel those feelings of grief. Grief is really love with nowhere to go, right? It's just reminding you that you have the capacity to love, and it's also part of the renewal process. So it's important for you to grieve and to do it responsibly and to do it with compassion for yourself. Okay. And as I mentioned, the mediumship will be very beneficial for you to be able to connect with your loved ones that have crossed over so that you can interact with them directly. Um, you know, um, Yeah, and the other thing I want to say too, and I know, we're almost at the end of the broadcast, but yeah, I feel like your husband is kind of still lingering, and you feel his presence around you. You feel him sort of, like you're still connected to him. Like you can still smell him and feel him, and so on. And so there's a lot of this energy in your environment where you're living right now. It feels like even a recent thing. Okay, so it'd be very beneficial to you at this time for you to as you're taking my advice and meditating and breathing diaphragmatically and giving yourself permission to feel, you want to just communicate with him and ask him to, hi, Karen. Okay, so Lacey, can you post the mediumship link for Karen so she has the link to join? It's right there. You come to the mediumship class so we can connect you with your husband, your mom, and your grandbaby. Okay. It'd be my pleasure to do so. In the meantime, your husband, I feel, is here and is sort of sharing, you know, he's sort of acknowledging the shock of this and that it's so much and this was unexpected and it feels like something you were just not prepared for. And and it, like I said, it feels like he's still there, there's still, he's, all of his things are out and he's still kind of around you, and he's still living there, and so in 3D reality. And so he wants to acknowledge that he's the pain that you're in, and that he's supporting you in your grieving process, and that he hasn't abandoned you, and to connect with him. Okay, so you can do that again through meditation, through visualizing him and asking him for messages. There's specifically something, there's something to do with, I feel like there's almost like a desk, like a home office set up in your home. There's some of his items there, that are still sort of lingering. That he it's almost like he's inviting you in to visit with him, so that you can feel his presence and accept that it's okay to let him go and still learn how to communicate with him. So letting him go in 3D reality, but inviting in any messages of support and reassurance. There are some more information here that I would love to communicate with you in our mediumship session, um, to do with leaving things incomplete, specifically around this home office situation that I'm seeing. So there's some paperwork and things like that you still need to sort of go through. Okay. And so I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to go through that so that you feel like you have resolution and you feel like you're in a good place and you feel complete with his passing. Okay. And also establishing a connection to the everlasting love that's available to you in spirit realm, in the spirit form. Okay. So your loved ones, although gone, are still around you and they want to communicate with you. They want to offer messages, and mediumship is a powerful way to accomplish that. So I look forward to seeing you in the class on May 10th, Karen. And in the meantime, so much love and support to you. So much love and support to anyone who's lost somebody in the spirit realm, who's longing to connect with them. As I mentioned, we can easily do this by just relaxing and breathing and just visualizing them and asking them to come visit us, asking them for a message, asking to experience their love, and giving ourselves permission to really feel that. Okay, we all have the capacity to channel our loved ones. It's just a matter of being willing to sit with it and being willing to sit with our feelings of grief, which can be very that can be the most difficult part. Okay, so but do it in small increments. Okay, so every day give yourself an opportunity to sit, for 20-30 minutes, breathing diaphragmatically, so you can feel all of your emotions, and then take breaks. Okay, so that you can integrate this experience gently and in a way that's in a way that's loving and compassionate for you and where you are in your process at this time. Okay. So thank you for joining us, Karen. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. If you got your questions answered, wonderful. Then leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here, so that you can be notified of lives that are coming up. We're actually, speaking of which, we're going live again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm offering a second live broadcast called Soul Sessions. In this broadcast, I'm going to be teaching for the first 25 minutes on a topic. We've had some really beautiful suggestions come in this week in terms of what coaching topics to cover. And then I'm going to be doing live on the spot soul coaching for whoever is inclined to join me, whether you want to join me through live chat or you can join me on video. There is the link to register. So there's still time if you want to contribute a topic or something that you want some coaching on. Okay. And so that's what tomorrow is about, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. So as I mentioned, don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified of whenever we go live. We do Oracle Hour every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And Soul Sessions, the first one is tomorrow at 9 a.m. And we'll see how that time slot goes. And we'll schedule these. The idea is to schedule these regularly so that you can come for some live coaching and we can talk about some deep and meaningful topics about, it can be how to grieve, it can be, how to manifest loving partnership, or how to, how to achieve perfect health. And so we're going to be covering a wide range of topics. So be sure to join us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Again, we'll be streaming live on Instagram and Facebook as well. But if you want coaching and you want to come and do some soul seed coaching with me, you've got to be on YouTube, be in the live chat, and join us at Sabrina Rising. Okay, beautiful. For those of you that are desiring a one-to-one reading, if you want an hour of my undivided attention, if you didn't get a chance to have your question answered tonight and you want to come and chat with me, there's the link to book a reading. You can book an intuitive life guidance reading, which is basically a psychic reading where I tune into your energy physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, tell you exactly what's going on. It's a deep dive. We can see each other. We can interact. So it's a very thorough experience. If you've never worked with me before, that's the place to start. If you already know that you want a mediumship connection, if you have loved ones in the spirit realm, for example, Karen, if you're still watching, or anybody else that was here tonight, or if you're watching on the replay, if you know that you've got someone in the spirit realm that you want to connect with, then book the mediumship session. Okay. There is also a past life regression option as well on the readings link. And so you can read all about that and see if that's something that speaks to you. I'd be happy to facilitate that journey for you as well. Okay. In the meantime, I will see you all tomorrow morning, hopefully at 9 a.m. Pacific. And for those of you that just come at Oracle Hour, I will see you next Wednesday at 5 p.m. PST as usual. Thank you, everybody, for contributing to tonight's energy, for participating in the manifestation ritual, for all the love, for all the questions, and for trusting me to channel guidance and to connect you with spirit. All my love to you. I'll see you next week.